Number one of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. This is prospecting. This is the king of things as a mortgage broker or as a mortgage advisor. What does it mean, prospecting? Prospecting is reaching out to your clients to help them. I hope that you are in this business to help people. So, prospecting means your drive, your ambition to go out there and find people that you can help. This business is amazing. My understanding, there is north of 1 million transactions in Canada happen every year. You only have to get 50 of them, 50 people or more every year that you can help, that you can prospect. Prospecting will always be king. It could be people who are renting and you want to help them go into their first home. It could be people who already have a mortgage and then you can help them reduce the payments or reduce the interest rate. Or it could be as well people who have no mortgage, because you can also help them in mortgages by helping them with the strategies to produce income in their retirement. Number one thing that never change in mortgage brokering is prospecting. Help your clients. Number two of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering is planning. Those that fail to plan are planning to fail. That is so truth. One of the very difficult things when you are a mortgage broker or a mortgage advisor, especially when you're starting, is that you're coming from an employment situation. When you are an employee, you are being told what you do. When you are a mortgage broker, you have the flexibility. You choose your hours, you choose your time, you have the flexibility with your time, and you can grow your income exponentially. But that doesn't mean that it's easy, because most people do not plan. If you do not plan, you go into chaos and you're wasting valuable time. Your number one resource is your time. So please have a plan. What type of plan do you need to do? You need to create a marketing plan. You need to know what activities to do. And very, very important, you have to create a time plan. You have to time block your schedule Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You need to know every single hour of your day what activity you're going to be doing. And of course, act on that plan. We all know that plans are worth the paper that they're written in, but that doesn't mean that they're not valuable and very helpful. Always have a plan. Execute that plan. Plan your marketing. Plan your time, and you will see that you can help so many people and you can make happy so many clients and so many homeowners. Number two, things that never change in mortgage brokering. Those that fail to plan are planning to fail. Number three of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. A good and strong pipeline cures everything. I cannot emphasize the importance of this area. The pipeline cures everything, most of your problems. But what is a pipeline? A pipeline is basically an organized set of stages from the moment from a client all the way until the mortgage is funded. Okay? Why is it important to have a pipeline? Many reasons. Some of the ones that I remember, because you are professional, super professional. Number two, you do not drop the ball because you know where all the clients are in all the stages. Number three, you can do appropriate follow-ups. You know when to talk to a client, when to talk to the lender, when to talk to everyone, so the transaction goes smooth and your clients have an excellent experience. Number four, because if you have a pipeline, you know where the problems are in your business, and then you can dedicate or invest more time in order to solve the problem and bring this pipeline into a very strong pipeline. So keep always track of your pipeline. Now, what are the stages of a pipeline in a mortgage business or as a mortgage broker or advisor? Usually there are 4 or 5 stages. Number one, your clients, they're at the top. Most of them will not have a mortgage need right now, but you need to keep in contact with them. Then you'll have opportunities. Opportunities are from those clients or from those contacts, which ones say, hey, Camilo, I need a mortgage. That's an opportunity. It's your opportunity to bring a lot of value to that client and help them out. Then from that and your skill level, you'll convert those opportunities into applications. Now it also becomes a matter of how skillful you are at knowing the lenders and finding great solutions for your clients. So that's the third part, application. Fourth, approvals. From those applications, you convert them into approvals once you have discussed the options with your clients. And number five and last is funded files, which means that the transaction closed and the lender will pay a commission for the great work that you've done to your clients, and your clients should be super happy with the level of service that you provide. Number 3 of 10 things that can never change in mortgage brokering: build a strong pipeline, because a strong pipeline cures everything. Number 4 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. Over 20 years, I've always have focused in adding real value to my clients. There is so many ways to add value. I'm going to give you a few examples so I can illustrate my point. Number 1 way that you can give value is the number 1 question that every mortgage broker gets on any new mortgage transaction. The client will always, the number 1 question is, what is your lowest mortgage rate? Because that is one way to add value. And of course, is one of the best ways, but it's not the only one. I have 50, I have 100 ways to add value, and sometimes those are even better than the rate. Okay, so number 1 is the mortgage rate. As a mortgage broker, you can always add value, because when they go directly to the lender, they only have one option. With you as a mortgage advisor, you have 3, 4, 5 options that you can explain and add amounts of value that are huge. I'm going to give you another example besides rate, because most of the value that we add at Mortgages Lab is not on the rate front, even though it's very important, but on other fronts. For example, very fast and very simple, I had a client who come already approved with a mortgage, and he wanted to buy a property, and he asked me what was the lowest rate. And then I started the conversation, and he disclosed to me that he wanted to buy this property, but he wanted to buy a second property as soon as possible, because I saw the tremendous opportunity to increase his net worth by owning more real estate. He was a younger guy, very driven, and I really like him very much. And then I asked him, with his current lender, when would he be able to purchase the next home? And he knew already that within 5 years, at his savings rate, he was able to save enough money for a down payment for the second property. So the value that I added to him is I show him a way with another lender where he could buy his second property in 2 years versus 5. He was blown away. Immediately, we switched the mortgage to another lender, and all the way through that transaction, the first lender was asking him to match their rate. The value that we added at Mortgages Lab was 10 times bigger than the rate that the other lender could offer. Always add real value. Mortgage rate is one way, but there is hundreds of ways to add value to our clients, and your job as a financial advisor is to get interested so much in the financial situation of your clients that you can add massive amounts of value. You will become a magnet of clients. This is the number 4 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering, and that is adding real value. Number 5 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. As a mortgage advisor, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I love one quote from Simon Sinek. It reads, "The quality of the leader cannot be judged by the answers he gives, but by the questions he asks." So in mortgage brokering, craft your questions really carefully. Think about the question that you're going to ask your client really carefully. And once you have those questions in, shut up and listen to his answers and take lots of notes. There is a big difference between needs and wants. What every single client wants, it's a low mortgage rate. But what they need, only you can see and only you can advise. That's why your role is of a leader. That's why your role is so important, because when you know what they really need and you provide those options to your clients, they will instantly realize that you are a pro, that you are on top of the game, and that you are a unique mortgage broker or mortgage advisor. Number 5 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering: have 2 ears and 1 mouth and craft your questions really carefully. Number 6 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. This is a controversial one. Human relationships will never die. Today, everybody talks about artificial intelligence. And I agree with a lot of people that a lot of transactions or mortgage transactions will become automated by bots or by systems. But I am betting 100% that human relationships will never die. They will always have the need of a trusted mortgage advisor to help a transaction alone. There is too many variables, and there's too many feelings and too many fears and too many issues that can happen on an automated process. On top of it, things change all the time. Human relationships will never die. Look at the client side. Look how your client get to you. They mostly get to you by trusted people that know you. Why? Because our human brains are connected by ways that we don't even understand. And if you keep building relationships, not only with people on the client side, but with lenders on the lender side, you and I know that a lot of transactions can happen because you have built a very strong relationship with humans on the lender side. Number 6 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering: human relationships will never die. Number 7 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. This is one that I really, really like. You will always be the difference. You will always be the difference. No matter what you do, even if you're not in mortgages, you will always face competition. And there's a like probability that the products that you recommend may be the same. Now, the strategy and how you position the product, and if you know the need of the client, may be very different, which is a very key importance. But the product itself may be the same. Now, the good news that I'm going to tell you is that there is only one of you. Nobody can compete with you as a person. I'll give you an example. I speak Spanish, so I may want to differentiate myself with my Spanish-speaking clients. But there may be other Spanish-speaking brokers, okay? But they cannot compete with Camilo. There's only one Camilo. There's only one Pedro, or there's only one Maria. And if the product is the same, you will always be the difference. How you handle the client, how you care for the client, and how you devote yourself to the business, so people understand that you are a professional and you're acting on their best interest. Number 7 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering: you as a mortgage advisor will always be the difference. Become the best you that you can be. Number 8 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering: we will always need to adapt in mortgages. I remember 20 years ago, the technology that you used to use: a beeper, which some of you doesn't even know what it is, and a fax machine. Now we're having so many changes. Right now we have automated ways to collect documents, automated applications, and bots doing initial review of applications. The amount of change will continue to happen. Not only on the technology side, people believe that banks do not change. The guidelines of the bank change. The way I approve a mortgage today is different than 3 years ago, different than 5 years ago, different than 10 years ago. Even though I have 20 years of experience, I know that if I approach a mortgage application today with the information that I learned not 20 years ago, but 7 years ago, is not going to get approved. I need to approach the application today with the information relevant of today, and tomorrow may change. I'm going to quote something from a thinker of the past called Heraclitus. The only constant in life is change. The only constant in life is change, by Heraclitus. And remember, number 8 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering is that we will always need to adapt in mortgages. Keep changing, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep growing. Number 9 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering: rejection will never go. It's interesting to see people from the outside of mortgage brokering. They have the tendency to believe and to think that mortgage brokering is an easy job to do and that everybody will succeed. Nothing is further from the truth. People inside the mortgage brokering industry knows how hard it is to be a mortgage broker, the amount of dedication and hours that you need to spend learning the business and crafting your style, and the amount or the sheer amount of rejection that a mortgage broker receives. So rejection will never go. That's the idea that I want to tell you today. But I have 2 comments on rejection. Number 1, I always say a coin has 2 sides. A coin has 2 sides. Because there is tons of rejection as a mortgage broker, also is very profitable if you become really professional at solving your clients' problems and adding value. It becomes very profitable and you can give a very nice standard of living to your wife, to your husband, to your kids, to your family, and you can make an impact on the world. That is the trade-off of the rejection. The second thing that I want to tell you about rejection is that instead of viewing it as a feeling, I view it as a tool. I'm actually thanking, I say thanks internally to every person that rejects me, because they are teaching me something. They are teaching me something. If I care to look carefully, there is a lesson to be learned that is very valuable. And when you learn those lessons, it makes you a better and a better mortgage broker and a mortgage advisor. So understand that rejection will never go, and look at the 2 benefits. One is the beautiful life you can give your family and the great impact that you can have on your clients. And number 2, you can use rejection as a tool because it will make you a better mortgage broker every time you get rejected. 10 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering. Mortgage brokering is not for everyone. It's interesting to see, as I said before, how from the outside people believe that being a mortgage broker is an easy job. Number 1, people make lots of money and they don't do much. When you are in the inside, you know how difficult it is. If you're dealing with a mortgage broker right now, please have some sympathy with that person. That person is trying really hard to make the best thing for you. Now, why is it so difficult, or why do I say that mortgage brokering is not for everyone and that has never changed? In my opinion, the reason for that is because there are 4 jobs that you're doing as a mortgage broker. Number 1, you have to become a master in marketing. So you have to go out there and make the world know that you are a mortgage broker, so people know that you are in the business and they can reach out to you for advice. Number 1 job that you have to do is become a really good in marketing. Number 2, you have to be really good in sales. What does it mean to be good in sales? To be good in sales as a mortgage broker is that you add so much value to a client that they feel attracted to dealing with you. So doing a lot of adding value to your client, doing the best you can to satisfy the needs and the objectives of your clients and to bring them to a higher levels. When you do that, you become very good in sales. Number 3, the third job that you need to do the technical part. You need to know the guidelines of the banks inside out. All the major banks, all the credit unions, there is about maybe 15 or 20 lenders that most brokers can access, and they need to learn them really well so they can give you the best advice and best options. You need to troubleshoot their files. You need to find solutions. You need to um, you know get all the obstacles away so your clients can get the best loan for their property. So that's the third job on why mortgage brokering is not for everyone. And last but not least, the mindset. Okay, people don't talk too much about it, but you need to change your mindset. You need to get out of your own way in order to be a better mortgage broker. If you think the same way throughout all your career in every area, it's not going to be very good for you. You need to challenge your own assumptions in order to provide a better service. I am right now at my in my 50s changing my mindset once more because I know that I have to adapt to the new environment, to the new rules, and to the new ways of doing business. It's an ongoing battle of changing your mindset. So you have to be very good in marketing, in sales, in mindset, and in the technical part of mortgage brokering. Number 10 of 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering is not for everyone. Last thing I want to say about this, I truly believe that anybody can be a mortgage broker. The only thing that you need to do is dedicate yourself and spend hours and dedication and effort to craft your business and to become the best mortgage broker you can be. Now, we are at the end of the 10 things that never change in mortgage brokering.